Assalamu alaikum, wa rahmatullah, dear religious brothers and sisters. I'm talking about questions that we look for answers to in the wrong places, that we cannot come to a conclusion with superficial discussions and ignorant arguments, and that we make bigger and bigger. I wonder if they are really such big issues, or if we have asked the wrong people and got lost in the wrong paths. Yes, today's question is, can women work? I'm sure everyone has an answer to this question. So let's start not in the style of answering, but with the goal of finding the choice that fits the mind, the logic, and the heart. First of all, I would like to ask us to get rid of the social shackles in our minds for 5 minutes, because it is difficult to find the truth when some of the traditions and perceptions that are ingrained in our lives are associated with Islam. I will probably say this in more videos, but today, let's seriously evaluate it not according to people's discourse or preferences, but only according to the consent and approval of Allah. Can a woman work in any job she wants? Can she study? Islam does not discriminate against women in terms of education or work, and it does not give men a license that says you are free to study and work wherever you want. There are no limits. So in short, the halal-haram limits drawn in Islamic rules apply not only to women, but also to men and women. We need to seriously purify our minds, which we have filled with superficial information for years, from such suspicions of injustice. So can a woman really do everything? If we exclude the characteristics of creation, yes, of course, she can do everything. Maybe she will be forced. Her identity will deteriorate. Her workload will increase. She will get tired, but she can still do it. Of course, it is debatable how healthy it will be and whether it is preferable. But the fact is that we cannot disable this fitra detail, every trend that will make women forget their own equipment and characteristics, slow down and force their true potential, does nothing but harm them. Let's face it, some trends confuse gender roles under the mask that women can do anything and distract women from their originality. So today, I invite all women to be vigilant in this regard and to protect their own self. Please let us not get caught up in such simplistic issues. The issue of work affects one's position in social life more than anything else. For this reason, Islam sets halal boundaries for both men and women. It sets certain limits in order to establish healthy relationships and to protect the general peace of society and the family. If both men and women have a working environment that meets these limits, they can work. So what are these limits? Firstly, it should not be contrary to the rules of hijab. Hijab includes both sexes, men and women. Secondly, it should create an environment suitable for nature. 3. Both men and women should be in the halal circle within Islamic rules. 4. Working hours should be planned in a way that does not interfere with obligatory prayers. As long as these conditions are met, both men and women can work. If you say that there is no discrimination or injustice in Islam, you may ask, is there no example of women working? When we scan the sources of Siyar, of course we come across some names. For example, Ruvida binti Saad. She participated in many wars to treat the wounded and actively practiced her profession as the first nurse. In fact, I would like to mention a detail like this. At that time, when the spoils were distributed after the war, they were given to the soldiers by grading, and Ruvoid was never underestimated because she was a woman and always received the highest spoils. Another example is Shifa binti Abdullah, who was among the smartest women of her time and constantly trying to improve herself, the most important feature of which is that she was the first female police officer. During the Caliphate period of Achi Omer, she was assigned to the administration as a woman and actually worked as a police officer in Medina. In addition to these, while discussing the subject of women in the 24th Lema in Risale-i Nur, Master Bediüzzaman mentions women as the internal manager of the family, the basic element in education and upbringing, and the heroes of compassion with high spirits, whose rights and laws should always be protected. He advises women on how to behave against people and movements that want to use them in a way that they are not worthy of, and who seek to benefit from them, and advises them to live with their own values by protecting themselves and protecting their rights and laws. and by being patient, stoic, and sacrificing without being under the control of men who will harm them. At the beginning of the video, I wondered if it was really such a big deal, or if we exaggerated it. And when you ask the question to the right place, Islam, you find the answer in full. Women do not need to compare themselves to others or ideologies that make them look superior. Every woman who reads Islam correctly is aware of this, and I advise those who argue otherwise to read it once again. Dear brothers and sisters, we have opened this channel to explain our religion Islam as much as possible. Some of you who are watching may already know what I'm going to tell you, but may have forgotten it in the distraction of the world, and some of you may not know it at all and will learn it through us. My request to Allah is this. I hope that this channel will be a beacon of hope and a reason to stand up again for many of our brothers and sisters who are stuck in the quagmire of the world. If you like our channel, if we were able to teach you something, please like and comment so that it reaches more people. By liking and commenting, you become a partner in this good deed. See you in the next video.